Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your November 2020 general readings. This is for the first half of November, so we're looking at November 1st through the 15th. This reading is for the Earth sign of Capricorn. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all safe and well and reasonably mentally balanced. Thank you for taking the time to tune in to this video, to this channel, and thanks to all of you who support this channel, even if it's just by hitting that subscribe button and following, liking, sharing, subscribing, donations, comments, feedback, reaching out for personal readings. It is all welcome and appreciated. Thank you. So this reading is for the Earth sign of Capricorn for the first 2 weeks of November 2020. So that's Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you're cross-watching for a Capricorn, it's all relevant. But of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone watching because it is a general reading. So if you know all of your signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, watch them all if you can, because each one can bring in a little additional perspective and potentially kind of help you navigate through this short period of time. If you find that any of the videos do resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading or information about that, you can click on the description link below, click on that little arrow which will pull down some info, my contact details. You can email me directly to my email address, which you'll see there as well, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. And I do readings full-time. It's all that I do. So scheduling personal readings is done in a fairly timely fashion. I'm pretty diligent about working with your schedule, my schedule, to get those readings set up as quickly as possible. And I can usually respond to your initial inquiry with more info within the same day or the first 24 hours. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what the first half of November 2020 looks like for you. I'm using Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Okay, Capricorn, we begin with the Knight of Coins in reverse. The Eight of Cups. The Four of Coins. And the Four of Cups. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy or focus for the first half of November is the Eight of Coins. So it looks very heavily work-oriented, or the energy, the focus is on work, or whatever falls under that earth energy umbrella in your life. Earth energy usually references either things that make us feel stable and secure, which is often like money, job, finance, resources, assets, material possessions, or relationships that make us feel emotionally stable and secure as well. The Eight of Coins is kind of that work, nose to the grindstone kind of energy, which can be, either a typical 9-to-5 job, owning your own business, or if you're retired or something, it's just, it could represent projects or the effort you put into maintaining the security of your day-to-day life, the physical structure of your day-to-day life. So, we have 5 cards on the table here, and 4 of them are coins, otherwise known as pentacles in some decks. So a lot of earth energy, a lot of focus on the physical structure or physical aspects of our day-to-day life. And then we have the Eight of Cups here, which is about leaving and walking away, leaving something behind. Did you leave a job? Did you quit a job? Did you get fired from a job? Did you pass up a job opportunity or get let go of a job which had a promising future? We have the Knight of Coins in the reverse. Knights usually represent opportunities for change, so it's some kind of offer, opportunity for change coming in. The Knight of Coins is a little slower than his other brother knights because he's governed by the element of earth, which is slow, solid, steady, reliable, but not as fast moving as fire, air, or water, of course. So the Knight of Coins would be an offer or opportunity of a practical nature that comes in It's maybe a little slow. I mean, if this were regards to a job offer or career, it would represent one that, might start out at a certain level, but has a lot of potential to grow as time goes on. But it's in the reverse, which can represent timing. It looks like either a job offer or opportunity was turned down, maybe you turned it down, or it was lost or taken away from you, or you could have gotten fired or let go, or you just decided to quit. And then we have, because then we have leaving right after that, turning your back on something. And then we have the Four of Coins, which represents kind of holding on to what makes you feel, holding on to perhaps physical security, savings. But I think here it represents, this is somebody who, and is portrayed in this deck as somebody who's clutching, their four coins, what they have left, close to them because they don't want to let go. They don't want to open up. They don't want to lose anymore. They don't want to spend anymore. Here it looks like it represents, needing to tighten your belt after a loss of some kind. Whether it's a loss you walked away from, like voluntarily, or whether you lost your job or got fired or downsized, or the company went out of business or something of that sort. This can also represent that you currently have a job or project that you're working on, and there might have been something coming in that you turned your back on because you are already working. Or maybe a job you left or allowed yourself to get fired or something because ultimately you really didn't like this job. It was boring, repetitive, etc. But then, the Four of Coins after this leaving represents really needing to tighten your belt and watch every penny you spend, because you need to hold on to what you can of your physical stability, material stability. And then we have the Four of Coins after that, which represents, somebody who's might be they're comfortable and they're looking at another offer and they're like, I've got 3 cups full already. I don't need this other one, or looking at it. So maybe it's turning down, maybe you're already comfortable in a job or a role that you're in. You got an offer maybe for another job or a different position or something of that sort, and you're like, yeah, I don't really want it. And it could be that for some of you that you've lost a job, walked away from a job, and even though you're having to tighten your belt, it doesn't feel like you might be all that interested in getting another one right away. So let's clarify some of this. The Eight of Coins we're not going to clarify because that's the focus card. We already know that this is about the earth energy area of your life. So let's clarify the Knight of Coins in reverse. The Four of Swords. So for those of you who maybe have turned down some other kind of opportunity, it might be because you're tired. You're maybe overwhelmed, or you need to rest and recuperate, or you've already got enough on your plate. The Four of Swords represents typically a stepping back or a temporary withdrawal from something because you're feeling tired, overwhelmed, you need to rest, recuperate, recover your strength, maybe seek out some different perspective. It could be a card of, burnout. It could be a card of physical health too. I mean, did you turn down an opportunity because you didn't feel you were physically healthy enough? Did you walk away from a job because it was just too taxing for you? Some of you, maybe you got let go of or got fired from a job because you were sick too much or you took too much time off. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Walking away, leaving, turning your back on something. Or for those of you who are fired or let go, you really didn't have a choice here. The Devil jumped out. So the Devil can represent a variety of different things. It's toxic energy. It's energy of being enslaved to something. It's energy of, enslavement or addiction, and it might be, this might be losing a job because you have maybe an addiction problem, drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping. This could also be somebody close to you. Mental health issues. The devil can represent a lot of different things, but fundamentally it's toxic, out of balance energy. It represents something that we have a lot of difficulty getting away from, and then we keep going back to it over and over again to our own detriment and maybe the detriment of people around us, which could be, it could be anything from substance abuse to mental health issues, but it can also represent just unhealthy or unwise patterns in our life that we keep returning to over and over again. And because this is primarily centered around earth energy, it could be, this could be the spread of somebody who has difficulty keeping a job because of health issues, difficulty keeping a job because they have addiction issues or mental health issues, difficulty in keeping a job, meaning getting fired over and over again, or just making the decision to leave over and over again because it's too hard or it's too boring, which, isn't, that all happens to us along the road of, career and work and stuff. If you find yourself in a job that, every time you start feeling burnt out or something doesn't go the way you want it to, or you find that you're not all that enthusiastically plugged into work, it could represent, just calling in sick too much. For some of you, it might be leaving a job or turning away from a job or quitting because the environment itself is toxic for you in some way, shape, or form. So it really depends on, you guys know your own story, right? It feels like, it looks like you either turned something down or were let go or fired because of toxic energy or bad behavior patterns. Let's clarify that Four of Coins. And for those of you who don't work a traditional job or who are retired, it could be walking away from an offer to work or working on a project with somebody else as well. Clarify the Four of Coins, clutching on to what you have. The Five of Coins, yeah. So this is probably going to be for a lot of you, aside from turning down something that you feel wouldn't be best suited for you, or that might be toxic for you, this is also, if this is being let go or being fired, it means that, on a financial and material level, you're really going to have to be careful until you're able to get another job or get another means of, support. Because we have the Four of Coins, which is holding on to what you have, not being very conscious of what you spend. The Five of Coins is financial or material insufficiency and lack. But even in spite of that, it looks like there's, not a huge desire to go out and find another job. Maybe you're just feeling burnt out. Maybe you're feeling discouraged. Maybe there are, job offers and opportunities around you, but not the kind that you want. Let's clarify the Four of Cups. Because this is somebody who's looking at another offer or potentially what might be out there, but they're not making a move or not taking actual action to accept it or investigate it, The Nine of Wands, yeah, feeling discouraged, feeling depressed, feeling like you fought so hard to get as far as you are, and here's yet another thing in the way. Should I give up? Can I give up? If it's work, we've got to have money to kind of live in the world. So, this is a soldier who's been through a variety of battles, and just when he's getting close to, reaching the 10, which is completion, yet another obstacle or challenge or hurdle has shown up again, and so feeling discouraged. This is the push through card, though. This is kind of the the energy of, the 11th hour. It's dark, the dark night of the soul. It's darkest before it's dawn. And this card almost always begs you to continue going. And particularly looking at the devil here, if this is a job loss or money loss because you're in an unhealthy cycle of making the same poor decisions or exhibiting the same kind of behavior, which leads to the same kind of negative outcome, this is a card that represents that this is time to break that cycle once and for all. Whatever is the nature for you of the devil card, this thing that you keep returning to or keep doing the same way over and over again, it's time to break that down and send it packing and bury it. It's time to break this negative cycle. So let's pull some advice and guidance cards. This looks like a bit of a challenging reading, Capricorn. It's definitely not one of those, unicorns and rainbows kind of reading. But this is what happens in life sometimes. So let's see, what is the best way for Capricorn to deal with this, to navigate through this for the first 2 weeks of November. The Six of Wands. Keep going. This is a card of victory and challenge and triumph after a battle, after a challenge. This man went off to, this knight went off to do something. Rescue a princess, slay a dragon, maybe wrestle with their own personal demons, and negative cycles here. But he's overcome and won, and he's riding back into town, and he's getting seen and recognized and visible. This is a very action-oriented card. This is a card that represents victory that comes after a battle, and that's very action-oriented and intentional. It's also a card about being seen and being recognized for your efforts and your intentions. So this is about any kind of job loss or missed opportunity or something like that. This is a card that begs you to kind of get out there, keep pushing through. If this was a job loss because of a bad cycle for you, then it's time to break. Just keep pushing through. Go out there, send in, keep looking for work, send in your resume, your CV. Don't give up. Let's see what's behind that. The Ace of Coins. Here's a new job, new opportunities, new projects here. So Spirit is saying that it looks like you may be having some hard times right now, especially financially, materially. You're being asked to not give up, even though you may feel like giving up. You've got to push through, even though you don't feel like it. Get back out there and look. Get back out there and keep going, because that's what's going to bring you another job, another project, another thing. And I think in the not too distant future, it looks like you can. Yeah, if this is some kind of job loss, I think that there are opportunities available to you and you can recover this or get another job quite quickly. But I mean, the fundamental energy is don't give up. Get right back out there. Even though I know you don't feel like it, you feel discouraged, get right back out there and keep swinging, because you can find yourself in another new position quite quickly. So Capricorn, that is your reading for the first half of November. I hope you found it helpful, useful, and maybe motivating a bit. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the November mid-month readings. Until then, stay safe and well, be blessed, keep going. Again, if you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can also see that information by clicking on the description link below. Take care. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.